Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kelly Brooks. This is my case study video presentation. I will be speaking to Mr. Kevin Fowler, who is our CEO at Cabell Huntington Hospital. Good morning, Mr. Fowler. I came back to go over the discussion that we had last week, which was nurse retention and recruitment and what we're going to be doing for the peri-op division. As you know, I'm going to school to get my bachelor's. So I've been using strategies that I think would be very helpful and are starting to come to fruition. Using transformational leadership, which is basically inspiring, empowering, and motivating others to do things. I want to make sure that the leaders and the staff recognize that they have ideas that we can use in our departments. I want to be a role model that actually walks the talk and mentors, as I said, the staff and the other leaders. I feel that I'm an authentic leader. I'm genuine. What they see is what they get, and they all know that, whether it's day-to-day operations, or if they ask my opinion, they know they're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly. So anyway, I think they recognize that I care about my team and that I'm there to help them and here for the right reasons. I've also thrown some servant leadership in that into that mix, which is actively listening to everyone, making sure you're paying attention. And that's part of that open door program that we had talked about before, but trying to get people to come in and speak to me in my office. But also when I go rounding and when I'm talking to the team, if there's things that they're concerned about or things that need to be brought up, that they recognize I'll advocate for their needs and take care of what they need to. And then we've kind of included them in making the decisions. Sometimes people just need empowerment and are part of the team and part of the group. So some of the solutions that we've come up with include, first of all, creating some focus groups in the departments. So taking some of the team members that are interested and that have brought forward some concerns and issues and finding out, what their thoughts are and how we can fix some issues. Asking them to take part in it. We've had nurses and techs in the OR, and then the other departments, which are primarily nursing staff, have come forward, had some ideas. We've, in the OR, already enacted a group to take care of one, which was concerns over our orientation process, and that was part of the retention issue in the OR. Because some staff didn't feel like they were being trained appropriately. So what we've done is we've taken the educators, some of the leadership in the department, and then a cross-section of scrub techs and nurses, as well as an attendant to discuss the orientation process. What parts are working, what parts are not. Do we need set preceptors, providing preceptor training, providing, better educational opportunities for the team, and that seems to be working. We've had some new employees that have just started, so we're rolling that new program out, and so far it's working really well. As you know, I have an open door policy in the department. Anyone can come into my office at any time, and they recognize not only do they get some candy, but we close the door and basically they're in Vegas. What is said in the office stays in the office, unless they take it out the door. Now, if it's something that involves, dealing with a leadership opportunity, they recognize that I'll be talking to the leader and we'll work on things. Some of those responses have been in relation to Russell and taking care of some things in the OR. So it's actually been a good thing because he's put some processes in place that actually are making staff a little bit happier. But the main thing I think is just to show genuine concern that you are really listening, that you're taking care of their needs and their opportunities. One of the other things that we've been working on is rounding. I've talked to all of the leads to make sure that they're rounding daily. Considering the fact that I have 8 departments, I can't really get to everyone daily. But I do at least get to every department weekly, just to put my face out there and make sure they have an opportunity to talk to me, talk to them about, what keeps you here, what can we do to help make things better, what can we do to get other nurses and other techs and other attendants to come to Cabell and work in our department. So that seems to be working as well. It gives me a chance to thank the staff, to nurture some of the leaders that are moving forward and actually to take Tabitha with me as I try to, prepare her for the next level in her evolution as a leader. because of that, I think one of the things that I've noticed that is a little bit as an opportunity for my leaders is some education. Even though, some of them have been leaders for a while, we don't really have a structured leadership training program here at Cabell. So I think that's something that we need to look at overall, which may help with some of the retention in other departments related to leadership. But what I've done is I brought you a book. It's called What You Accept is What You Teach. So this is my education primer for my team. I've created at least 12, it's probably going to be more than that, but 12 sessions thus far that touches on different topics of leadership, how to deal with people, how to deal with your passive-aggressive people, how to successfully communicate, how to counsel and coach. So to me, these are leadership opportunities that we need to provide for our leaders to nurture and to move them to the next level. So I think that was one of the things that was noticed as an opportunity. And then as far as retention, I've been working with the Human Resources Department to go over our job descriptions, make sure that they're accurate. Our leadership team has actually modified quite a few to include all of the pieces and parts to the puzzle, so that people understand what their responsibilities are. We've gone over those expectations with the staff. We've gone over those expectations with the new orientees, so they know what they're going to be held accountable for and what the repercussions are if they don't do what they need to. So by setting those parameters, not only are we working with the ones to retain people, because then we address the concerns for those that are not following through on what they should do, but it allows for us to provide better information for those that apply. In addition to that, we're using some different places to put our information out there instead of just Monster. We're also sending open positions to AORN, OR Manager, AST, so that there's different opportunities out there for people that may not know about Cabell Huntington Hospital to find out that there's openings. And then I think just, overall, we're working to transform the departments. I want to make sure that we are listening to the staff, that we're being open and honest, that we are, inspiring and empowering others, that we motivate and shape the leaders. And that's one of the reasons why this is coming into place and why I've got you a copy too, so that you can kind of look over it. But I think it's our opportunity to move the bar to the next level, and that will help us retain the good staff that we have to either coach the ones that need to be coached up or coach them out and then replace them with good people. So that's kind of what we're planning on doing, what we're working on now, and where we're going, and hopefully that's going to prove to be very successful. Anyway, thanks very much for your time, and have a great day.